To all the students and teachers who have joined us. We will be starting the session now. So we thank you again for joining us today. It was wonderful to see your enthusiastic participation in the orientation session. And we hope to see the same level of enthusiasm from all students for the upcoming sessions as well. So before we start today's session, there are a couple of things I want to announce, and just in case there is some confusion regarding the login process, we will once again explain to you how you can log in to watch the PyCode sessions. So if you can see my, I can show this part. Once, allow me to screen share. Yeah. So hope my screen is visible to everyone. So teachers, you have to go to this platform. The link to the platform was sent to you. It is called pycode.tinkercoders.com. Once you go to this platform, you will see the login option here. Here you have to click on login. It will give you a screen like this. So here you have to type in your username and password. So this username and password was sent to you in a file. It has been also sent on the WhatsApp group for the teachers. I hope you have received this. Please note that there is only one teacher account for all the schools. So if the account is not in your name, it would be either in the name of from every school. It is either in the name of PGTIT, computer teacher, or the FCSA. But any teacher can use this account and join for the live session. So for example, let me just show you how to join. Most of the schools would have joined it like this today itself, but in case there is any confusion, we just wanted to show this once again. You have to go use your login credentials, click here. And here you can go to the date of the session, session 1, think a number, which is the session today. And here you have to click on think a number live session. So this will redirect you and take you to the YouTube, which is the YouTube. I'm sorry for that, Echo. So this is how you have to join for the session from the coming session. The way, if you would join like this, we would be able to record your attendance. If you are joining directly through the joining links, through the YouTube or Zoom link, then it would be difficult for us to record your attendance. So this is why we would recommend if you could log in using your LMS credentials and join using that way. Similarly, the platform can also be used by students to do the assignment and quiz related to the session after the session today. Please note that the students don't have to submit the assignment or quiz today itself. They can do it anytime during the week, anytime when students get the chance to do that before the next session. So we would prefer it, but before the next session, students complete the assignment and quiz related to session 1. So I hope all of that is clear. In case you have any more confusions regarding your login ID credentials, in case any student has not received the login or their account has not been created, we will be circulating a form where you can update the details, where you can specify that this student is not added. We can add that student's account as well. So we'll be circulating a Google form with you today after the session. You can add their record data there. For any other questions that you have regarding the login process or anything else, you can use the WhatsApp group for coordination. We will take the questions related to this at the end. Now, since we are already 10 minutes into the session, I would now hand over to Akshit from the Tinker Coders team to start the session. Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you, Mr. Anurag. So now we are starting the session for today, right? So I hope you are really very excited for today's session, because this is the first session from which we'll be starting our journey towards learning Python language, right? So students, going to be very interesting, right? And the platform that we have given to you, it's really very easy to use. Might be because of the number being a number of features that we have over here. You're finding it a bit complex, but as you use it for the first time itself, you will say it's very much useful and yeah, and very much helpful as well, right? So we are starting our today's session. So I'm just sharing my screen, right? Yeah, so here is the screen. So what we'll do, I'll just use this LMS itself to perform the today's activity, right? Because we have got everything covered over here, right? So students, as you can see in session number 1, we have got all these things as told that you can join the live session with the help of this link over here, right? So next to it, we have got the activity video document, okay, platform link. So what we will do, students, everyone, we have to use the platform and perform the activity. So do not need to go anywhere. Just click on this platform link button, right? You all need to click on this platform link button, and what will happen? The platform will open up. You will see that our platform will open up into pop-up window. I've already opened that. This platform will open up. For those students who have not joined the platform through our LMS platform, right? Or who are directly using the Zoom, I will just do one thing. I'll tell you how to open this. Just go to Google and search and type over here AI connect.cc. I hope everyone can see this over here. It is AI, then connect, CONNECT.cc. So I'll do one thing for easiness. I'll just share this link in the chat box with everyone. So yeah, and this is the link for the platform. So we are going to use this platform today and perform the activity, right? So let's open the link. Okay, so here I'll just, you'll be having this page over here. Again, students, you have to use your user IDs and passwords, right? So I'll tell you, like, as I told before as well, what can be the user IDs, right? Like suppose you have all been given some username. It was something like this, okay? And then you have to add one small thing, right? Add the date. Like you all might be having some Gmail account, right? So what is there? The secondary part of that is at gmail.com, right? So students, as we all are learning coding over here, so for that simplicity, we have kept it code.com, right? And we do not want that any of your friends modifying your activities, deleting them. So for every single student, we have kept a unique password, right? So every single student have got unique IDs and unique passwords over here. So I'll just log in with my account, okay? And then we will be on this particular page. So what do we see over here? The first thing is basic Python, graphic designing, machine learning, and artificial intelligence real world. Okay, so we have got these 4 things over here, right? So again, let's have a short means a recap how to basically start the project, how to start with the activity over here, right? So what will be done over here? See, we are having these coding sessions, right? And we all know that the program's name is PyCode. So what we'll do over here, I'll just delete this for now, right? So what we will do over here, first, what we have to do, first we have to create a project, right? So let's suppose we have got the project with the name of PyCode, right? So that is our project. Now that project will be having multiple number of activities. Okay, so the like as I give example in the orientation session as well, you have got one book of math. Okay. And in that particular book, after you have got that book, then you have got certain other chapters in that, right? So we have got certain chapters in every single subject. So let's create a project with the name of PyCode. Okay. So we have created the project. So in my projects list, you can see this name has also been added. For those who will be using the platform for the first time. Okay. So what you will see that you will only see one project over here, whatever you add. Okay. Now see, now my project has been created. What is the next step? Right. So if your book does not have any chapter, okay, if I just say you have got a math book and nothing in that, okay, there is no use of it. So you have created the project. Now in that project, what you have to do, you have to add certain activities inside it. Okay. So we have to add activities. You have to make the activities over here. So I will now use create activity. Okay. Now what is activity's name? Today activity is think a number. Okay. And type. This is very, very important. So students, we have got 4 types of activities over here. It can be graphic designing, basic Python, machine learning, or AI real world. Okay. So currently the program that we have planned for today is based on basic Python, right? So you will be learning some basic terminologies, basic concepts that we have got in Python language, right? So let's choose this and let's create. Okay. And the activity is created and we have to click on think a number and you can see the activity opens up. So students, I give you all just 1 minute more. Okay. Use your time and please open this page over here. Right. Okay. So now what comes next? So we are starting with this. This is the list of concepts I have got, right? So the concepts of Python that we have to learn, right? And each of these concepts have got blocks as well, right? I've got these blocks over here. This over here is the coding screen where I will do the coding, right? And over here, I have got the output screen, right? So now we'll be first of all understanding some concepts over here, right? So students, I have to teach you the first concept over here, that is variable. Okay. So we have to understand this concept first of all. Forget about this thing over here that we have. Okay. So we have this might appear to be a difficult terminology for now, a difficult concept, but let's make this thing easier, right? So let's compare this to a live example. So suppose students, you have to buy 1 kg of apple. Okay. So in 1 kg of apple, let's suppose 6 apples are there. Okay. Now, if you have to carry those 6 apples home, you need something, right? You either a bag, kind of bag you need, or a box, anything is required in which you can keep those 6 apples, right? So that box, right, that bag is containing those apples. It is the container for that, right? Which you can say with you are storing those apples temporarily into that bag, into that box, so you can easily carry that bunch to your home, right? Similarly, things we have over here in my laptop. In my laptop, I have got hard disk, right? Now, what is hard disk doing? My computer requires something where we can store the data, right? Now, let's come into the terminology, that is the concept of variable. Okay. We are making a program, right? my program also needs something where I can store the data, right? My program also needs something like, see, whenever we have to buy something, we need a bag or something, my computer requires a hard disk. Similarly, when we're talking in terms of your programming, your program also requires something or somewhere it can store the data. And that thing is variable, right? So in terms of programming, whenever you have to store certain value, there you have to use a variable. Got it? So today's activity is think a number, where I will tell you some operations that you can perform with the help of an input you take. Okay, so we will take any random input from user. Okay, now when we have taken that input, right? So I will be telling you how you can perform some operations on that number, right? So it's time we begin. Now, student, what is to be learned in this session? So we have taken variable, right? So see, variable, now create a new variable. What is this? So later, what is to be done? To create a new variable, what will be done over here? It is my wish what I want to call that container. Okay, so Python is saying that you can give whatever name you want to your container. Let's suppose I give an easy name, that is num. Let's keep it short and easy, num. Okay, now num is the container which will store the input I take from user. Okay, right over here. This is my number. Right. Now, what comes next? See, this has to store the input, right? So what I need next, I need a program, I need a concept in Python that can take the input from user, right? So I need to have a coding block which will help me to take the input from user. I go to input block, okay? And the first block over here, that is input. I can just join this, okay? Now, what will happen over here? Let's suppose I type the statement, enter a number. So what is happening? The program will ask me, enter a number. And whatever value I give to this enter a number, this will be stored in the variable that is num. Okay, I hope you can correlate. Okay, so what will be mostly happen over here? The conditions will start from right to left. Okay, so this was the input and where this went inside the number. Okay, so now my program will be able to store. Okay, now it has got a place where it can store things with the help of variables. So whatever input I'm taking, that will go inside the variable. Right? And students, one more feature, like when you learn more things, you can do all those things. In the coding part, you can also see what is Python textual coding for blocks you have dragged. Okay, you can just click on code over here. I'll just zoom in for you. Right? So whatever block coding you did, just click on code over here. You can see the textual coding. If you click on console, you can see the output. Let's suppose I run this much. So what is there? As I told you, the program is asking me a question that to enter a number. And whatever number I enter, that will be stored in this num over here. Okay. Now let's suppose we have to print a value. Okay. So I have taken the input. What comes up next? I have to print the input I have taken from user, right? So now okay, so we have to print a number, right? So students, you all might be aware of two kinds of devices, right? We have got input devices and we have got output devices, right? So students, I hope all of you can just tell me, right? So we'll just say together what all different kind of input devices we have, right? So with the help of a mouse, okay, I can use a mouse in my computer. With the help of a keyboard, okay, I can type something. So that is an input device, because what it is doing, it is sending my instructions into the computer, okay, to the computer brain. Now, if I talk of output devices, right? So what is output device? A speaker. a display, a printer. Okay, so all these are your output devices, right? So we have to print something. So what will happen if you print something? The output will go to the user. Okay, so first was taking the input from user. Now you are sending the output to user. I go to output blocks and there is a print command over here. Okay, there is a print command over here. Now what we have to do, let's suppose I want to print the value of variable, right? I want to print the value of variable. Okay, this was variable, right? So I have to print the value. I use my variable num over here and done this much. Okay, I will first of all run this. I enter any number 45. So I have entered, I press enter. This number is printed back. Why this is printed, you can see line by line. First, I take the input and then I give the output, right? So students, this was it. So I will just revise all of this once again. Okay, we'll have a brief overview once again. तो हमने यहाँ पे क्या किया था? पहले मैंने बताया था कि वेरिएबल क्या है. वेरिएबल इज लाइक योर स्टोरेज बॉक्स. ओके, इट इज अ प्लेस जहाँ पे आप कुछ स्टोर कर सकते हो. ठीक है, तो हमने पहला स्टेप हमने क्या किया? हमने एक वेरिएबल लिया. तो वेरिएबल क्या करेगा? वेरिएबल मेरे जो भी मेरा इनपुट होगा, जो भी मैं कंप्यूटर को एक कुछ बताऊंगा, उसको स्टोर करेगा. ठीक है, तो फिर से कर लेते हैं, एक बार फिर से कर लेते हैं. वेरिएबल हमको यूज करना पड़ेगा क्योंकि मुझे अपने एक यूजर से कुछ इनपुट लेना है. ठीक है, तो पहले क्या काम है पहले मेरा? अब मैंने बताया था कि पाइथन आपको फैसिलिटी दे रहा है कि व्हाट इट इज डूइंग कि यू कैन गिव एनी नेम, कि आप कुछ भी नाम दे दो अपने वेरिएबल को. तो मैंने नाम दिया यहाँ पे नम, राइट? मैं नम नाम दे दिया यहाँ पे उसको. ठीक है, अब मुझे इसमें करना क्या है? नम के अंदर मुझे कोई वैल्यू को स्टोर करना है. ठीक है, मतलब मुझे अपने यूजर से कुछ लेना है. तो हम क्या कर रहे हैं? इनपुट कर रहे हैं. जैसे कीबोर्ड क्या करता है, आप जो भी टाइप कर रहे हो आपके कंप्यूटर में जा रहा है, राइट? इसी तरीके से मुझे यहाँ पे करना क्या है कि मैं जो भी एक क्वेश्चन आए और मैं क्वेश्चन का जो भी आंसर दूं वो वेरिएबल में स्टोर हो जाए. इनपुट में गए, ठीक है, तो मैंने यहाँ पे लिखा, सॉरी, एंटर अ नंबर. ठीक है, तो मैंने ये लिखा एंटर अ नंबर. तो ये वाला नंबर हमने जो भी एंटर किया वो चला गया मेरे वेरिएबल के अंदर. अब वापस नेक्स्ट स्टेप क्या था मेरा? आउटपुट. क्योंकि अब मुझे कुछ डिस्प्ले कराना है. जैसे आपके कंप्यूटर में स्पीकर या डिस्प्ले क्या होते हैं? दीज आर योर आउटपुट डिवाइसेस. ठीक है, आउटपुट पे गए, प्रिंट. अब मुझे आपको दिखाना है कि जो हमने ये एंटर किया है ना, ये आपके वेरिएबल में स्टोर हो गया. आई वांट टू शो यू दिस थिंग. तो अब मैंने क्या किया? मैंने वेरिएबल की वैल्यू वाला ब्लॉक ले लिया और मैंने उसको ज्वाइन कर दिया. और आप यहाँ देखो, जो भी आपने ये सारा कोडिंग करी है, आपको ब्लॉक बेस के साथ साथ, राइट, और यहाँ पे आपको कोडिंग भी मिल जाएगी. क्लिक ऑन रन ओवर हियर और सेम थिंग. ठीक है, इट इज डन. नाउ आफ्टर दिस हमें और कुछ चीजें भी लर्न करनी होंगी इस एक्टिविटी के लिए. ठीक है, तो आपके पास कुछ चीजें आती हैं. लेट्स सपोज सी, आई विल टेल यू अबाउट कन्वर्जन, राइट? सो नॉर्मली व्हाट वी हैव गॉट इंग्लिश टू हिंदी कन्वर्जन, ओके, और hindi to English conversion, right? So and what other things we have got? So like this, you can have in, means conversion can be in any different languages, right? If we have to use the conversion block, go to conversion, right? Now, अब मेरे पास क्या क्या चीजें आती हैं. ठीक है, this is very very important concept, students. Just please take care of this. हाँ जी, ठीक है, तो आप सब ने अपने मैथ्स में एक टर्म पढ़ी होगी. ठीक है, एक आपके होते हैं रियल नंबर्स. ठीक है, रियल नंबर्स होते हैं आपके, और एक आपके होते हैं इंटीजर्स, राइट? तो आपके दो चीजें होती है ना, रियल नंबर्स और इंटीजर्स. तो यहाँ पे हम क्या कर रहे हैं? यहाँ पे कि मेरे पास से कुछ कैटेगरीज हैं, राइट? तो मेरे पास कुछ कैटेगरीज हैं यहाँ पे, इंट, फ्लोट, स्ट्रिंग और बुलियन. ठीक है, तो पाइथन में आपकी ना कुछ कैटेगरीज होती हैं, राइट? तो हमें ना अपने प्रोग्राम को बताना पड़ता है कि क्या क्या आपको इनपुट लेना है, आप किससे वर्क कर रहे हैं, ठीक है। आपके पास यहाँ पे नंबर्स भी होते हैं, ठीक है, अल्फाबेट्स भी होते हैं, ठीक है, डेसिमल नंबर्स भी होते हैं, ठीक है, और कोई सेंटेंस या वर्ड भी होता है, ठीक है। आई कैन रिलेट ऑल दीज थिंग्स। पहला आपका हो गया नंबर्स, ठीक है, फिर आपका हो गया डेसिमल नंबर्स लाइक 9.2, 4.3, right? Then you have got the string. Like I just said to you, hello everyone. So what is hello everyone? Hello everyone is a set of letters, and set of letters is called a string, right? Okay, so I will just make this more easy. What is a string? Okay, a string you can say is a kind of long thread. Okay, it's a long thread. So you can see it as a long thread, and if you see it has got certain length, and you will say it is really long, right? So similarly, a string is something that has got multiple number of characters. Okay, and then we'll be having boolean after that, bull. Okay, so let's start from top, integer. Okay, int, the short form for integers is int, and that is the word we use for this in Python language. Okay, so let's start with this int, that is integers. So students, any positive number, any negative number, or zero, okay, all of these are integers, but the difference is that it does not contain any decimal part. Okay, so can I get some answers in chat box from students? Tell me, is minus 5.6 a integer? Anyone? Is minus 5.6 an integer? Right. Good students. So minus 5.6 is not an integer. First, it is negative. That is fine. Okay. But 5.6 has got a decimal with that, because of which it is not an integer. Right. Similarly, if I consider a different number, let's suppose I have the number over here that is 20. Is 20 an integer? You can give me thumbs up in the camera like this. Just give me a thumbs up in the camera like this. Yes, that I can see your thumbs up. That's great. That's great. So yeah, so for yes, you can give me a thumbs up, okay, and for no, as a thumbs down, okay. So like this also we can have a easy conversation, right? So 20 is a integer because it is a positive number also, and it does not have a decimal part also, right? So that are your integers, right? And the next to it that comes is the float. Okay, now what is this float? Float is any you can say any number. It can be positive also, it can be negative also, it can be a decimal number also. Okay, all these come under your float. Okay, so positive, see what difference was there? It contains, both of them contains positive number also, negative number also, zero also. But the only difference that separates them is that it does not have a decimal part and it has got a decimal part, right? And string, as I just explained, so string is something that contains collection of letters. Okay, like my name Akshat Jain, right? Akshat Jain, it is also containing multiple letters. Okay, so this is a string, right? Then comes to boolean, right? So what is this boolean? So if I talk about the boolean, so like if we have to say something, what is there? Either we say yes or no. This is how humans reply. Okay, either the positive answer remains to any statement that is yes, okay, and the negative one that is no. But when I am talking in terms of a coding language, okay, my computer does not understand what is this yes or no. Okay, it has got some different set of instructions, different set of words, and we have got over here that is true or false. Whenever we are doing coding, whenever we have to make something that is a yes, okay, so we have to type over there true, And whenever we have to use the concept that is, we have to say no to something, in that condition, we'll be using false. Okay. So this was there, and I do not require these three blocks. I will delete this like this. Okay, done this. Now what I want that whatever this user number is entering, what should be there? Its type should be integer. It should be a number basically. So let's do a small change. I put this block inside this. Okay. So now what is done? I have made this mandatory that the number that the user is entering, what should be its type? It should be a integer. Okay. I hope this much is clear. Can I have thumbs up from everyone? I can see in the camera. Give me a thumbs up to who all is clear. Okay, that's good. That's good. Chalo, that's great. That's great. So I'll just continue. So this is like this. Okay. So we have given over here that this is the number the user is entering. The type is integer and it is sent to a number over here. Let's play. Just try a small game. I click on run. Let's suppose instead of number, I write over here, hello. Let's see what my program will do. Can you see? You have got an error over here. Okay. Because I've told my program that it has to be a number. If I again run this and let's 23, this time it is working. Okay, students. So this thing is done. So we have done the first thing, that how to take a input from user and how to print it. Okay, this thing is done. Now what I will do, we will be using print statement also. I want you that you are able to do some things over here. You are able to play with number, basically perform some operations over here, right, students? So like we all are studying maths. Okay, we study maths as well. So in maths, we have got certain basic operations, right? We have got certain basic operations, right? We perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So these are some different operations that we have on the number. Okay, the things that we can do with number, that is how we play with a number. Okay, so first step has been done. We have thought of a number. Okay, now the next step is that we have to play with the number. Okay, we have to play with it. We have to perform some operations on that particular number, right? So let's take it from here. Okay, the first step has been done. Now I have to use some mathematical operation. Okay, so in mathematical operations, if I just see in these options, so which of the blocks seems most close to mathematic operation, right? If I just see it clearly, I have over here that is math. So this block I see seems most close to it. Okay, now let's suppose what I want. Okay, I have got options where I can do all these calculations. Okay, now let's suppose what I do. Let's first take an example. I'll again take example of apple basket. Okay, you had a basket. Initially, what you did, let's suppose you just took 6 apples. Okay, so what is the value that basket is having? It is having 6. Okay, now students, let's suppose you add 2 more apples to your basket. So what happens with that? The value of that particular basket has now changed. Okay, it was earlier 6, but after adding 2 more apples, the count of that apples in the basket, or I would would say it more easily, that the value of basket will become 6. Okay, so let's suppose do one thing. I am now setting the value of number. Okay, and I will use the plus operator over here. Okay, so what am I doing? Let's suppose this num is my basket. Okay, so I had a certain value over here. Now I am setting a new value to this num. So what is the new value? First of all, will come my previous value. Okay, whatever is the previous value, in that I'm going to add a number. Okay, I'll be adding a number, and let's suppose I add a number that is plus 10. Okay, and I will then print the value. Right, so I have done this over here. Now what we do, if I just click on run over here, so what I enter, let's suppose 46 this time. Can students tell me what will be the output? What will I get on the screen as output now? I want some replies in the chat box. Teachers, please help the students to send the answer in the chat box. Good, good, good. Good, I'm getting the answers. That's good, that's good. Right. So a easy operation, whatever I entered 46 over here, but the output that comes out over here is 56. Right. So I have done it like this. Okay. Suppose I had taken, first of all, you can say some lychees. Okay. There were 46 lychees in the basket. Okay. But I wanted some more of it. So I just took 10 more over here. Okay. So this is how we have done it. Okay. So let's have a quick revision of this once again. Right. So what we have done over here. Right. So I'll just keep the blocks away. First of all, a variable. Okay, variable was there. That is to take the input from user to store the input, right? Then we have got this input. But as I wanted that number should be a integer. Okay, that number should be a integer. That's why I have put that inside an integer block. And a value comes over here, right? Now I want to play with the number I've taken from user, right? So set num is equal to, right? So set num is equal to means set the new value of this variable that is equal to the particular variable that we had used. Okay, I go to the variable block and I can use this block from here, right? Then I have to add a number to it, right? I have to add a number to it. Now, what I want to show you that the value of variable has now changed. Okay, because I had performed some extra operations on the number, some extra calculations on the number, the value of block has changed. Okay, so let's do one thing very quickly. What we'll do, we'll be having a quick overview of this block coding as well. I will not focus on that much. Okay, so num was my variable. Okay, this comes on the left hand side as we compare over here. Then next to which is the int, that is the input. Okay, so int is the input. Again, in the bracket, input from enter number. So input from user is the command. Okay, that's the command, enter a number. So then come to the next line. Num is equal to num plus 10. Set the new value of number that is equal to the number plus 10. Then at last, we have got the option that is to print the number. Okay, so this is how we've done it. Suppose I want to just make it more, you can say, I'll add one more step over here, right? So set, okay, and what I'll do over here, I'll perform one more mathematical operation. I want to use one more mathematical operation over here on the same number. Let's suppose I want to multiply by 2. And let's just keep this like this. Okay, so first addition, then multiplication. This is what we have to do. Okay, I click on run. Okay, Now what I will do over here, I will just keep a easy value. So students, this time I have taken the value of number has 10. I want replies in the chat box. I want chat box to be filled up with your replies as soon as possible. I want everyone actively participating in this, every single student. Try students, try. What will be there? Good. I'm seeing the answers coming up in the chat box. Right. This will be 40. Okay, it's 40. So just 1 minute. Very quickly, I would just like to explain this point over here. Okay. So initially what I had done, okay, the computer asked me something that you have to enter a number. Okay. So in that, what I did, I enter the number as 10. Okay. So with this, what has happened? The variable that is num, what value has it got? It has got the value as 10. Okay. So the value of num has become 10. Now, what do I want the next step to be? Okay. So in the next step, I want that this num, a number should be added to it. I have to perform some mathematical operations on this. I have to perform addition on this. Right? I do num plus 10. Okay? So I do the second step. So with this, what will happen? With this, what will happen is this value 10. Okay? This value was 10. Yeah, just 1 minute. This value was 10 over here. And I'm adding another 10 to it. Okay, so what does this become? This becomes 20. Now, my next operation, okay, what was the next operation? Next operation is to multiply this number by 2, okay? So num into 2, or I would like num into 2. So now what will happen over here? The value of num has now changed. Now what is new value of num? That is 20. I do it 20 into 2. That gives me the value as 40. Right? Now, when I am printing the value of num, what would be the answer? Because I am printing the value of num, so the value of num is now 40. Okay, so this is the digit. Okay, so this is the place, this is the output that you all have got. Okay, so these are the calculations that the computer has performed for you. Okay, and every single step that computer has taken, it was guided by you. Okay, it was told by you that computer has to take or perform all these steps in such a manner. Okay, so I will just revise all this once again. Okay, so I just want to keep a mix of English and Hindi, right? So I would just take this in Hindi now. Okay, हम पूरी जल्दी से पूरी एक्टिविटी करेंगे, बट दिस टाइम इन हिंदी, राइट। तो पहला स्टेप क्या था हमारा, हमने लिया एक वेरिएबल, उसका नाम है नम, ठीक है, दैट नाम लिया हमने। फिर हमें लेना एक इनपुट से यूजर, सॉरी, वी हैव टू टेक इनपुट फ्रॉम यूजर, एंटर अ नंबर, ये उसके पास शो हो, उसका टाइप होगा इंटीजर, ठीक है। अब हम कुछ नंबर से खेल रहे हैं, तो हमने क्या किया, हमने उसकी वैल्यू ली, ठीक है। अब मैंने मैथ पे गया, क्योंकि मुझे मैथमेटिकल ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म करने हैं, मुझे एडिशन परफॉर्म करनी है। वेरिएबल्स पे गए, मैंने नंबर लिया, ठीक है। अब मुझे उसमें कुछ इधर उधर करना है, आप ये मान लो उसको, ठीक है, हमको नंबर के साथ खेलना है। तो मैंने ना पहले क्या स्टेप किया, मैंने +10, कि जो भी यूजर इनपुट करेगा उसके अंदर अपने आप 10 ऐड हो जाए, ठीक है। और हम फिर से क्या कर रहे हैं, फिर से मैंने वैल्यू चेंज करूंगा अपने वेरिएबल की, मैं मैथ पे गया, ठीक है। उसके बाद मैंने यहाँ पे ये नंबर लिया, मैंने इसको मल्टीप्लाई किया, और मैंने इसको यहाँ पे रख दिया 2, ठीक है। लास्ट स्टेप मेरा क्या था, मुझे प्रिंट कराना है कि जो भी चीजें हुई हैं ये सब अब प्रिंट होनी चाहिए, ठीक है। तो ये था आपका शॉर्ट रिकॉल, ठीक है, कि आपको ये सब कैसे कैसे करना है, राइट। तो अब मैंने इसको अगर रन किया, तो फिर से हम सेम नंबर 20 ले लेते हैं, नहीं 10, ठीक है, 10 लिया हमने, मुझे आउटपुट आ गया 40, ठीक है। तो स्टूडेंट्स देखो, आपका ये छोटा सा प्रोग्राम था, बट इससे आपने कोडिंग की बहुत सारी चीजें सीखी हैं। पहला हमने स्टार्ट किया था वेरिएबल से, कि वेरिएबल होते क्या है, उनका हम यूज कैसे करते हैं, ठीक है। फिर हम आए नेक्स्ट चीज पे, इनपुट, ठीक है, कि किसी आपके पाइथन प्रोग्रामिंग के अंदर, कि जब भी पाइथन की बात करते हो आप, तो आप यूजर से इनपुट कैसे लेते हो, ठीक है। तो हमारा वो स्टेप क्लियर हो गया, हमने फिर वो सीखा था कि हाउ टू टेक अ इनपुट फ्रॉम यूजर। फर्स्ट वाज द वेरिएबल, देन केम द इनपुट फ्रॉम यूजर, then I have told you different types of conversions. Okay, so different types of conversions that we have in Python language, right? Or you can say different types of data types that we have in this Python language. Okay, so this was done. फिर हमने सीखे कुछ मैथमेटिकल ऑपरेशन, ठीक है, कि आप मैथ के ऑपरेशंस कैसे यूज कर सकते हैं अपनी कोडिंग के अंदर, राइट। तो हमारे पास हमने ये सब सीख गए, और एट द लास्ट हमने क्या किया, कि जो भी हमने एक इनपुट लिया था, हमने जो भी उस पे मैथमेटिकल ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म किए थे, मुझे उनको प्रिंट कराना है, ओके। तो इस तरीके से हमारी ये एक्टिविटी हो गई पूरी, कि एक इनपुट कैसे लेना है और हमें कुछ मैथमेटिकल ऑपरेशन कैसे परफॉर्म करने हैं, ठीक है। तो स्टूडेंट्स, अब किसी को कुछ डाउट वगैरह है, कोई भी क्वेरीज है, तो यू कैन आस्क फ्रॉम मी विद द हेल्प ऑफ यूट्यूब और विद द हेल्प ऑफ जूम, वट एवर यू आर यूजिंग।
सर मेरा इसमें कुछ डाउट है।
या
हाँ सर, मैं आदित्य बोल रहा हूँ।
या यस
यस।
यस,
तो सर क्या आप मुझे इसको रिकैप करके दे सकते हैं? सर मैं अपना स्क्रीन शेयर करके इसको एक बार आपके साथ ट्राई करूं?
श्योर, दैट विल बी ग्रेट, विल ट्राई दिस वे। तो मैं अपना
ओके
स्क्रीन शेयरिंग स्टॉप कर रहा हूँ, तो आप
ओके
प्लीज स्क्रीन शेयर करिए अपना।
ओके। तो मुझे यहाँ पे लॉग इन करना है,
लॉग इन
राइट?
करना है पहले।
ओके। नेक्स्ट स्टेप सर?
नेक्स्ट स्टेप आपको यहाँ पे क्या करना है, पहले हम क्रिएट करेंगे प्रोजेक्ट। तो आपको क्लिक करना है क्रिएट प्रोजेक्ट पे,
ओके।
और हम नाम रखते हैं इसका पाइकोड, क्योंकि वो
पाइकोड।
हमारा प्रोजेक्ट है। हाँ जी, तो हम नाम
ओके
रखेंगे इसका पाइकोड, रखा हमने नाम, हमने
ओके।
क्रिएट
सर आई
किया।
कैन गिव अदर नेम एज वेल?
आप कुछ भी रख सकते हो, वट एवर नेम यू विश, राइट। सो फॉर
ओके,
सिंप्लिसिटी आप जस्ट टोल्ड यू, आप कुछ भी रख सकते हो उसका नाम।
I will keep my project then, sir.
या
This is
वंडरफुल,
fine.
दैट्स रियली ग्रेट, माय प्रोजेक्ट, दैट्स ग्रेट, ओके फाइन।
Okay.
ओके,
Next step,
तो
sir.
आप देख रहे हो, यू कैन सी दैट जो project में you can see the name my project. That was what you created. You have to open this project now.
Okay, sir.
Right?
Next step,
So
sir.
project आपका open हो गया, but it does not contain anything. You have to add certain files over here or activity over here. तो हम करेंगे create activity पे click किया हमने.
Okay, sir.
That's great. अब यहाँ पे क्या आएगा? तो मुझे नाम देना है अपने एक्टिविटी का. तो जो भी आपको एक्टिविटी का नाम देना है, आपको नाम दे सकते हो. ठीक है?
Okay, sir.
फिर आपने टाइप
Next.
चूज किया. हमारी एक्टिविटी बेसिक पाइथन के ऊपर फोकस है, बेसिक पाइथन. और
Okay,
हमें
sir.
किस प्रोजेक्ट में सेव करना है. अभी हमने क्रिएट किया है सिर्फ एक प्रोजेक्ट. ठीक है? बट अगर हम
Okay, sir.
मल्टीपल क्रिएट करेंगे तो मल्टीपल आ जाएंगे इस लिस्ट में. तो हमने
Okay,
किया सिर्फ क्रिएट पे क्लिक. और अब एक्टिविटी पे क्लिक करते ही we will be on activity page. Great.
Okay, sir. Next step, sir.
Right. तो हमारा ये सब हो गया. तो हमको पहले यूज क्या करना है. Just a minute. अब ये लोडिंग हो रही है.
Sir, can I do refresh?
Yeah, you can just refresh this because might be some technical issues over here. I'll just wait for a while. It will just go in. It will load in a while. Yeah, it's there.
Okay,
It's done.
sir.
It's done.
Loaded,
ठीक
sir.
है, ये हो गया है. ठीक है. अब हमें क्या करना होगा.
Okay, sir.
यहाँ पे हमें पहले क्रिएट करना है वेरिएबल. तो गो टू वेरिएबल
Okay, sir.
एंड क्रिएट न्यू वेरिएबल. जैसे मैंने बताया था, आप अपना
Okay,
नाम दे
sir.
सकते हो. यहाँ पे तो आपको जो भी नाम देना हो आप नाम दे सकते हो.
Okay, sir. I can just write A.
ए ऑल्सो, आप ए भी लिख सकते हो. हाँ जी. ओके
Okay,
कर
sir.
दिया. ठीक है. तो अब जो
Okay.
मेरी बास्केट है जिसमें मैं नंबर को स्टोर करूंगा अपने, उसका नाम हो गया ए. तो हम
Okay,
सेकेंड
sir.
ब्लॉक लेंगे. सेट ए इज इक्वल टू. सेट
This
ए
one,
इज
sir.
इक्वल टू वाला जो ब्लॉक है. हाँ जी, हम यानी ये
Okay,
ब्लॉक
sir.
ले लिया. ओके, दिस ब्लॉक हैज बीन टेकन. नाउ हमें व्हाट इज द यूज ऑफ दिस ब्लॉक. वी हैव टू यूज दिस ब्लॉक टू टेक अ इनपुट फ्रॉम यूजर. Right?
Okay, sir.
So we have to take an input from user. So I will find that in input and the input block. The first block
Okay,
we
sir.
have onto the screen. ठीक है. अब now
Okay, sir.
user should know what he has to enter, he or she has to enter. So we should provide a statement for that. And you can see with prompt, there is an option over there with prompt. So click on
Okay.
with prompt and
Sir,
you can
this will
type
connect,
over.
sir. These two block will connect, sir.
Yeah, we'll connect this, but we'll add a modification as well over here, right?
Okay, sir.
So for now, we'll just change with prompt statement to enter a number. कि we can
Enter.
tell the user कि आप user को एक number input करना है.
Okay, I can type anything, sir.
Anything, enter a number, enter an integer. आपको जो भी number आप जो मन चाहे, कि बस इतना हो कि user मेरा समझ जाए कि उसे करना क्या है.
I can type enter a value, sir.
Enter a value also we can type. ठीक है, हमें ये भी कर सकते
Okay.
हैं. अब मैंने बताया था कि हमारे ना जो कोडिंग हम करते हैं, तो हमारे पास जैसे लेटर्स हैं, वर्ड्स हैं, स्टेटमेंट्स हैं, नंबर हैं, कैरेक्टर्स हैं, डेसिमल नंबर, तो बहुत सारी चीजें हैं. तो मुझे अपने प्रोग्राम को बताना पड़ता है कि मैं इस प्रोग्राम में जो हम वैल्यू को ले रहे हैं यूजर से, उसका टाइप क्या है. उसका टाइप है यहाँ पे इंटीजर. ठीक है.
Okay.
तो हम जाएंगे कन्वर्जन पे जाएंगे हम.
Okay, sir. Here, sir.
या फिर हम गए इंट पे, जो हमारा इंट है.
This one,
ठीक है.
sir.
यस, डेफिनेटली. बस अब इनपुट को हम प्लेस कर देंगे अपने इंटीजर के अंदर. जो हमारा ग्रीन ब्लॉक है इनपुट वाला, वो आ गया
Okay,
इंटीजर
sir.
में. ठीक है.
Okay.
तो अब
Okay,
मेरा
sir.
जो इनपुट है उसका टाइप क्या हो गया, इंटीजर. अब हम ज्वाइन कर देंगे इन ब्लॉक्स को. तो मेरा
Okay.
फर्स्ट पार्ट हो गया पूरा, कि हमने यूजर से एक नंबर का इनपुट ले लिया. ठीक है, पहला
Okay,
पार्ट
this
पूरा
means
हो गया.
we take input from user, sir.
Yes, yes. हमने we have taken input from user and stored it. Okay, you have
Okay,
taken
sir.
the apples. You have taken the number of apples from a shopkeeper and you have stored it into a basket. Okay,
Okay,
this
sir.
is what you
Basket
can
is
see on the
this one, sir.
A. Basket is this A, which is storing the value.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, sir. Okay,
Now
sir.
what we have to do, we have, let's suppose I wanted that. Let's add
Sir,
some more
one
apples
question,
here.
sir.
Yeah.
Can I type enter number of apples over here also, sir? Anything?
Definitely we can have like this.
Okay, sir. I'll change, sir.
Yeah. Wait. No worries.
Correct, sir?
Okay, perfectly fine, right? It's done. Now we are adding some more apples. So what will happen? This the value of the basket will change. Okay, so let's change the value. So we'll again go to variables
Okay, sir.
and then set a is equal to the
Okay, sir.
second block, blue block we see. We'll join the block. Okay, we have to join the block just below
Okay.
before
Like
the
this,
block.
sir?
Yes, right.
Okay, sir.
So we do it like this. So if we are adding the value, if we are adding something, what is there? There is addition being there. ठीक है, अगर मैंने और एप्पल्स को उठा के रखा तो मैंने कौन सा मैथमेटिकल ऑपरेशन यूज किया? मैंने यूज किया है प्लस ऑपरेटर, एडिशन ऑपरेटर. ठीक
Sir,
है,
one question, sir.
हाँ
Sir,
जी,
I
या
can click run like this, sir, one time.
या यू कैन ट्राई दिस बट यू विल सी एरर
Okay,
आफ्टर
sir.
अ पर्टिकुलर स्टेप. आप देखिए इसको, आपने कोई नंबर एंटर किया,
It says enter number of apples, sir. What
एप्पल,
should I type,
ठीक है,
sir?
एनी नंबर जो भी आपको नंबर यूज करना हो,
I'll type 100, sir.
या एंटर करोगे उसको. क्या
Okay.
हो गया? एल्गोरिथम. ठीक है, हमने क्या किया था, हमने जो सेकेंड ब्लॉक यूज किया है ना अभी, हमने पूरा नहीं किया. ठीक है,
Okay,
या तो हम
sir.
इस ब्लॉक को हटाएं या फिर हम कुछ उसको पूरा करें. अगर आप किसी भी चीज को पूरा छोड़ दोगे प्रॉपरली काम नहीं करेगा. ठीक है, तो अगर हमें ब्लॉक को हटाना है तो कैसे हटाएंगे? ठीक है, तो जो हमको ब्लॉक को हटाना है, आप उस ब्लॉक को ड्रैग करके वापस ले जाओ जहां से लेके आए थे उसको, छोड़,
Yes,
लीव
sir.
इट ओवर देयर, लीव इट. ठीक है,
Okay,
तो
sir.
ब्लॉक
Okay, sir.
डिलीट हो गया. अगर हम इसको अब रन करेंगे तो हमें ये एरर नहीं आएगा.
I'll try, sir. Number of apples. I'll type. I have 50
आप
apples.
50. ठीक है, तो अब यहाँ पे क्या दिख रहा है आपको? हमने 50 का तो यूज किया था, बट हमने 50 का हमने यूज किया ना, बट हमने ये नहीं बताया प्रोग्राम को कि कैसे यूज करना है उसको. हमने इनपुट तो ले लिया. ठीक है, अब मैंने एप्पल तो खरीद लिए, बट मैंने ये नहीं बताया शॉपकीपर को कि मुझे ना खरीदने हैं, क्या करना है. मैंने बास्केट में रख लिए उनको, but I have to tell the keeper I have to buy these basket. Okay, so you can read the statement. The variable a was given with a value but was never used after that. Okay, तो आपको प्रोग्राम ने बता दिया,
Okay, okay.
आपकी ये मिस्टेक थी कि आपने एप्पल्स, मतलब आपने रखे बास्केट, बस करना क्या है उन एप्पल्स का? उनको फेंकना है, उन्हें खरीदना है, करना क्या है उनका? ठीक है, तो आपका ये फर्स्ट स्टेप था कि इट इज डन.
Okay, sir.
हमें अभी करना क्या था? नेक्स्ट स्टेप की वैल्यू उसमें चेंज करनी है. ठीक है, तो कैसे चेंज करेंगे? वेरिएबल्स में जाएंगे वापस
Okay.
हम.
Sir, if I want, I can add another variable as well.
या
One
वी
more
कैन डू
variable.
इट. हम वो भी कर सकते हैं. हम वेरिएबल्स में गए. ठीक है, just try it once,
Okay,
one
sir.
your time. Just make a new variable. Yes, हम एक नया वेरिएबल
Which one,
ऐड
sir?
किया. लेट्स
This
सपोज
one?
हमने, या राइट, हमने न्यू वेरिएबल
Okay,
ले
sir.
लिया. ठीक है, नाम दो उसका आप कुछ.
I will type Akshit sir name.
राइट, नो वरी. ओके, तो आपने ओके कर
Okay.
दिया. ठीक है, अब हम
Okay,
क्या
sir.
करेंगे? हमको फिर से इनपुट लेना है और हमको इस नए वेरिएबल में स्टोर करना है. तो जो काम हमने पहले ए के लिए किया था, अब वो आप सेम काम इस नए वेरिएबल के लिए करो.
Okay, this one, sir, no?
या दिस वन. इसके बाद क्या
Okay.
आएगा? हाँ जी, हमने ये ले लिया. गुड.
Next, sir, I'll have to go to list, sir. This one?
नहीं,
No.
नॉट लेस, क्योंकि हमें क्या करना है? नंबर है ना हमारा, तो नंबर हमें कहाँ मिलता है? कन्वर्जन में.
Math?
कन्वर्जन
Okay.
में आपका होता है इंटीजर. ठीक है, तो हम
Okay,
लेंगे
sir.
इंटीजर. गुड. अब हमें क्या करना था? हमें क्या लेना? यूजर से इनपुट. तो फाइंड द इनपुट ब्लॉक नाउ. कहाँ मिलेगा हमको इनपुट ब्लॉक? गुड. और ये रहा मेरा इनपुट ब्लॉक. दैट्स
Okay,
ग्रेट.
sir.
ग्रेट, हमने ज्वाइन किया. अब क्या बचा है? मुझे यहाँ पे टाइप करना है कि क्या लेना है हमको यूजर से. यहाँ पे हमको वैल्यू ले सकते हैं.
I will type enter number of mango, sir.
मैंगोस. ठीक है, हमने मैंगोस कर लिया. ठीक है, तो मेरे पास दो वैल्यूज होगी. एक में मेरे पास एप्पल है. ठीक है, और मैंने उसमें क्या किया? मैंने उसमें मैंगोस भी ऐड कर ली. ठीक है, तो बास्केट की वैल्यू दोनों क्या हो जाएगा? दोनों का सम. तो एक काम करते पहले दोनों ब्लॉक्स को ज्वाइन कर लेते हैं. जो हम गैप दिख रहा है ना हमको, ऊपर वाला अलग, नीचे वाला अलग, हम सेम ही जब बास्केट यूज कर रहे हैं तो क्यों ना उनको साथ में रखें. तो हमने उनको ज्वाइन कर दिया. प्लीज उसको ऊपर ड्रैग करो थोड़ा सा, छोड़ दो, और
Okay.
ब्लॉक्स आपके ज्वाइन हो गए. ठीक है,
Okay, sir.
अब देखो मुझे करना क्या है. आई वॉन्ट कि मेरा जो ये वैल्यू है इनको हम ऐड कर दें. ठीक है, हमको इनको ऐड करना है. ठीक है, तो अब क्या
Okay.
करते हैं? तो मेरा फाइनल मेरा क्या था? ठीक है। तो हमने अक्षत के नाम से जो बास्केट ली है उसमें मेरे पास मैंगोज आए थे। तो हम क्या करेंगे, अब वेरिएबल्स में जाते हैं।
सर दिस इज
ठीक है,
बास्केट सर, दिस इज
या या राइट। तो हम क्या
ओके
किसको बास्केट मान लें अपना, हम मान लेते हैं हमारा एक, हमें जिसकी वैल्यू प्रिंट करानी है अपनी स्क्रीन पे। ठीक है, तो ओके, गो टू वेरिएबल्स। आप वेरिएबल्स में जाइए।
ओके सर।
हम लेट सपोज हम ए ले लेते हैं, सेट ए इज इक्वल टू, हमने
सेट
सेट ए लिया। अब मुझे एक में क्या चाहिए, मुझे ए में ये चाहिए कि मेरे एप्पल्स और बनाना मिलके कितने हो गए, है ना। तो अब हमें दो चीज को ऐड करना है, तो आप मैथ पे जाइए। अब
मैथ,
मैथ में गए, हमने पहले वाला ब्लॉक यूज किया, फर्स्ट ब्लॉक। तो इस ब्लॉक में क्या दिख रहा है आपको, प्लस का आइकन। तो प्लस का आइकन होता है आपका दो चीज को ऐड करने के लिए। ठीक है, तो हमें किस किस की वैल्यू ऐड करनी है यहाँ पे, ए की और मैंगोज की। और वो वैल्यू हमें कहाँ मिलेगी, अपने वेरिएबल्स के अंदर। तो हम
यस
वेरिएबल्स में जाएंगे और हम देखो अब जो आपका ये वाले ब्लॉक्स है, हाँ जी, इसकी शेप मैच कर रही है ना, जहां हम इसको इंसर्ट कर सकते हैं। ए को रखा और हमने फिर से क्या रखा, राइट, वेरी गुड, वेल डन, दैट्स ग्रेट। ठीक है, नाउ अब मुझे करना क्या है, इसके बाद मुझे वैल्यू करनी है प्रिंट। ठीक है, तो प्रिंट हमें क्या करना होगा, प्रिंट होता क्या है, आउटपुट। जैसे आपके स्क्रीन पर डिस्प्ले आता है वो आपके लिए आउटपुट है। तो आप प्लीज आउटपुट पे जाइए। आउटपुट
दिस
में
वन
आपके
सर।
पास जो आपको फर्स्ट ब्लॉक दिख रहा है वो क्या है, प्रिंट।
ओके सर।
वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड। ठीक है, अब मुझे किसकी वैल्यू प्रिंट करनी है एट द लास्ट,
एप्पल प्लस मैंगो सर।
एप्पल प्लस मैंगो। वो कहाँ स्टोर है, वो किस नाम से स्टोर्ड है, ट्राई ट्राई, किस नाम से स्टोर्ड है वो, ए से। ठीक है, ए मेरा वो है, जो ए मेरा वेरिएबल है, हम वेरिएबल बोलते हैं इसके, यहाँ पे बास्केट है जहाँ पे आपकी ए और अक्षर दोनों की वैल्यू स्टोर हो जाएंगी। तो मैंने क्या बताया था आपको, पहले आपके पास एक बास्केट थी। ठीक है, उसमें कुछ आपके क्या थे, एप्पल्स, मान लीजिए 4 एप्पल्स थे। ठीक है, फिर मैंने क्या किया, मैंने उसके अंदर 4 मैंगोज भी ऐड कर लिए। अब बास्केट की वैल्यू क्या हो जाएगी, एप्पल प्लस मैंगोज। तो हम क्या करेंगे, यहाँ पे ए की वैल्यू प्रिंट कर देंगे। फिर से हम जाएंगे वेरिएबल्स में और ए को प्रिंट करेंगे। चलो लेट्स ट्राई दिस। और ट्राई करने के लिए हमें क्या करना होगा, हम क्लिक करेंगे रन पे। ठीक है, हमने क्लिक किया प्ले बटन पे। चलो लेट्स ट्राई दिस नाउ, एंटर एनी नंबर ओवर हियर। ओके गुड, 10, हमने 10 को एंटर किया एंड हमने फिर नंबर ऑफ मैंगोज भी एंटर किए। तो मुझे क्या शो हो रहा है, आउटपुट में 15। ठीक है, तो मेरे पास दोनों का सम आ गया। ठीक है स्टूडेंट्स, लाइक दिस हमने
ओके
ये
सर।
की है आज की एक्टिविटी। दैट्स ग्रेट आदित्य, वेल डन, दैट्स ग्रेट। नेक्स्ट, एनीवन एल्स, कोई क्वेश्चंस किसी के?
थैंक यू सर।
ओके, दैट वाज रियली ग्रेट। एनीवन एल्स, कोई क्वेश्चंस हैं किसी के? जस्ट अ मिनट, जस्ट अ मिनट। Yes, from JMB Muzaffarnagar, you can unmute yourself. Teachers, please help the student. Any questions to anyone? Any questions, students? Anyone? Okay, no questions. Everyone has understood all the concepts in today's session. Okay, that seems really lovely. Then that seems really great. Okay, so can I just have the thumbs up of all the students who enjoyed today's class? I want thumbs up like this of all the students who enjoyed the class. I want to see it in the camera, okay, that all the students who enjoyed today's session, they should be giving a thumbs up. Just a minute. Okay, so that's great. That's really great, students. So with this, I am concluding today's session. Yeah, I just got a query that AI platform can be used by anyone. Yeah, so it can be used by anyone, but the limitation is that you have got the credential for the platform, so you will have to enter your user ID and password to use the platform, right? So it is not a free platform, so you will require a user ID and password that the team will share with you, and it might already be shared by now, right? Okay, so we're concluding this session over here. Okay, so we'll meet again in the next session and have some more interesting activities for you. Till that time, students, what you all have to do, you have to try the assignment now. Okay, you have to try the homework, that is assignment, and you have to try the quiz. Just 4 questions. Okay, just 4 questions, and they're so easy. It will hardly take 1 or 2 minutes of your time. Okay, so everyone should try this, because the more we try, the more we practice, the more experts we become, right? So we all have to become the experts of Python by the end of these sessions. Okay, so yeah, I'll conclude with this. So Mr. Anurag, if you want to just say something.
Yes, thank you, Akshat, for the wonderful session. I hope all students really found that session very fruitful. I want to request all students who are watching and teachers, as you know, Python is something which students will only get a hang of it and will be able to understand more effectively after trying it out hands-on. So whatever Akshat sir told us today, we have to make sure that students are trying it out. This is why we have created accounts for all of the students. Students, teachers would have shared email ID and username and password with you. You have to try it out, practice whenever you get a chance uh, to do the quiz and the assignment, as Akshit sir told us. It is only after trying it out hands-on that we will be able to understand, all the things which Akshit sir was doing it so easily. You will also be able to understand once you try it out. So I request support from all teachers in ensuring that we give some time to students to work on computers, laptops, to do these practice assignments. Any other questions that you have, you may, if any teacher has any question, you can ask right now. We have 5 more minutes. Before that, let me just also notify you, our next session will be on next Wednesday. Because of some exam on Monday, we have rescheduled the session from next Monday to Wednesday. So our next session will be on 23rd March, which is a Wednesday. Any questions that you have, we can take those questions for 5 minutes before concluding the session. So you can you can put the question in chat, or you can use the hand tool to raise your hand. JNV Balari, so there is a question, can we request to create ID for other students? Ma'am, this is a program for Vigyan Jyoti students. If there is a Vigyan Jyoti student whose ID can be created for Vigyan Jyoti class 9 students, if there's any Vigyan Jyoti class 9 students whose ID has not been created, you can ask us to, we can create the ID. You can let us know in the WhatsApp group. We will be sharing a form. You can add the students' details there. Ajay sir has asked if any students want to get user ID and password not in the list. Just now I said, sir, we will be circulating a form. If any Vigyan Jyoti student has been missed out from that form, you can add their name there. So we'll be circulating a form with the teachers only. If any student, Vigyan Jyoti student is not there from class 9th, you can add the name of the student. Any other question? You can also always use the WhatsApp group also for other questions. Our next session, as I said, is going to be on Wednesday, 23rd March. We hope to see you all there. It will be on the same time at 3 p.m. So I'm just right now putting it on the chat as well. And if you have any confusion regarding the link for the learning platform, PyCode learning platform, it has been mailed to all the teachers, to all the schools. All right, perfect. So I think there are no more questions. We can go on and close the session. Thank you so much once again, Akshay. Thank you to all the teachers for their support today and for all the students to joining. And we hope to see you again next time. Bye-bye.
Sure. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye, students. Take care. Have a great day. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye. Take care.